All right, everybody, I'm back for another Crown Spotlight interview, and this time we have the start of our series with Weirdow Media. So, thanks for hopping on with me, Kindred.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Well, anytime. And yeah, as I mentioned, this is our first in the series with Weirdow Media. I guess first things first, can you just explain to everybody what y'all are up to? Just explain the group.
So Weirdow Media, it's kind of I'd like to explain it as like a collective of creatives. Most it's mostly music centered, but we also have like a video editor, Gavin. But yeah, mostly music centered, I'd say.
Okay, gotcha. That's awesome. And um, how did you get introduced to the group?
I was actually friends with another member of the group beforehand. That his name's Lil Rice, and so I got introduced into the group by him, and we were all just in a group chat. And then I'd say, like, I guess you'd call him the founder, William Wheat. He was like, "Hey, I'm starting this collective. Do you guys want to be in it?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure." So that's kind of how I got in.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's awesome. And we can get into the collective a little more later, but let's get into how you started creating music. How does that story all begin for you?
Well, actually, it's kind of funny. So I was in like I think eighth grade, and me and Low Rice, we both rode the same bus home, and he was just starting music at the same time. He was in seventh grade at the time, and so I was like, "Hey man, let me hop on a song. Let me hop on a song." He's like, "No, no, no." Until finally one day he's like, "Fine." So he used to produce like all the beats that we'd be on. So he sent me over the beat, and I wrote something out, and it was pretty garbage, but then again, I was like first song I was on. But he sent
Mhm.
that over, and so then one day I came over like after school and recorded on like GarageBand on his iPod or iPad and an Xbox headset, and just kind of blossomed from there.
Mhm. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, and it's cool that you and Lil Rice are still kind of making music together, and are now a part of this greater group of Weirdo Media. So yeah, I'd love to
Yeah.
hear that. Yeah, so it sounds like you rap. Do you also make beats yourself now, or is rap your main
Um.
thing?
No, I wouldn't even consider myself a rapper anymore. I mainly like to stick to like melodic stuff, and I've never really like tried producing. It's something I want to get into, but I haven't really dabbled in much.
Okay, got it. And so I'm guessing then, since you don't do much producing yourself, Weirdo Media probably has I guess a lineup of producers that you get beats from. Is that how that works?
Um, Actually, I usually get like beats off YouTube, but we do have a couple producers in the mix, like William Wheat. He makes beats. He's actually like all the producers in the collective are really talented. Like William,
Hmm.
Connaught, and Natural 910, they're all like really great. And I've yet to like actually go on one of their beats, but it's something I really need to do.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, that's cool, and I'm sure y'all will all get that done. Um, I'm guessing that the group is probably pretty spread out, or are y'all all from the same town?
Oh no, we're actually pretty spread out. Me and Lil Rice, we're from the same area, and we're from St. Louis, Missouri. And then
Okay.
Ethan and William, they're from Arkansas. Connett's from Philly, and then I don't even know where Gavin and Natural 910 are from. But yeah, pretty spread out.
Hmm. That's awesome. And so, do you all share a similar sound in your opinion, or or I guess better
Um,
question, what do you think kind of ties the group together? Why do you think you all enjoy being a part of this collective together?
we all kind of share the same love for music. We're all really like passionate about what we do and about like creating, and it's really nice to like what I like about being in the collective and collaborating with these other great artists is like there's a lot of sounds you can't achieve on your own, whereas you can in a collaborative fashion.
Hmm. Yep, got it. And it's also pretty cool that from the very beginning you've been making and collaborating music with Lil Race, right? So I'm
Yeah,
guessing that really helped you develop your skills over time. And yeah,
almost
yeah,
definitely.
that's really cool. Yeah, are there any other ways that you feel you've kind of developed your skills over time outside of collaboration?
Um, really like I feel like I make my best stuff in the shortest amount of time. So if I try to like sit down and write something like start to finish, or like if I try to uh if I try to like write something out, like really think about it, it ends up being like trash. But if I like don't think about it at all and just go for it, that's usually what works the best for me. That's kind of like
Hmm.
the method I usually take nowadays.
Gotcha. And so, is that something that you can just kind of wake up and do? Or, do you usually need some sort of inspiration or, to just kind of have that
Um,
creativity going? Like, how do you feel like there's anything that
yeah.
kind of sets the stage for it?
Um, there's nothing that really like I feel like sets it off. A lot of the times I'll just be like, excuse me. A lot of the times I'll just be listening to music and I'll be like, dang, I wish I made something that fire. So then
Hmm.
I like rush to the laptop, pull up a beat, and I'll just try to go. Or like
Yep.
I'll get like random spurts of creativity, and then sometimes I'll just be like in a drought and I'll be like, dang, I'm not I'm not making anything right now.
Hmm. Yeah. And so, when you kind of have that, maybe creative block or, just having, a little bit of struggles getting some progress going forward, do you think that being a part of Weirdo Media helps you kind of get out of that rut, getting, out of that slump?
I think so because I see all these other like wonderful creators doing their thing, and I'm like, they can do it. I can do it too. It's kind of an encouragement to me as another creator, like especially having like Lil Rice from day one. Like I'd be like in a creative rut, and then he'd send me over something. He'd be like, "Yo, look what I just made," and I'm like, "Oh, dang, I got to make something now."
Hmm. Yep, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. And I look forward to interviewing Lil Race, and some of the other people in the group. Hopefully, everybody. We kind of had our conversation before the call about how I got into doing this and why I
Mhm.
enjoy having these interviews with music creators. And funny enough, William Wheat was one of the first people I ever reached out to. You know, however long ago. Um, and yeah, just from even back then, I could tell how passionate he was about making music. And
Oh
as
yeah,
soon as
for sure.
he
His drive's
asked me,
incredible.
hey, yeah. So as soon as he was like, "Yeah, can you do a series with a group?" I was like, absolutely. If there any just a portion as passionate as you are, I'm sure it'll be dope. And first one has proven to be exactly that. So yeah, thanks for hopping on, man. And yeah, is there any last minute words that you want to get out before we close off?
Uh, I want to thank you for having me. That was really cool doing this. I want to thank like Will for this opportunity. He's really like who gets the group the connections. He's kind of he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I feel like doesn't really go appreciated.
Hmm. Yeah, well, yeah. Shout out William. Shout out Kindred and the rest of Weirdow Media, and I'm looking forward to
Mm-hmm.
doing some more of these in the series.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, yeah. Have a good one, and thanks again.
Oh, no problem. Stay safe, man.
All right. You too.